Hi. Wait, are we gonna do the countdown, Nino?
Cannot find
Nino,
it.
are we counting down? We're already live. Hello, everybody.
And we're live.
And we're actually live, even though we were live for like 10 seconds and we went hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to hang out with y'all tonight. Welcome to the BS Hour, where we deliver the best hard-hitting conversations with topics that will make you ponder over and over again. So do share this video with your friends, family, and if you have any suggestions for future episodes, comment down below or email us at vsauce2013@gmail.com.
So hello. Before we begin, just a disclaimer that the views and opinions of the hosts do not reflect the views and opinions of the show, the management of this page, and the organizations that the hosts are affiliated with. So my name is Nino.
Yeah, and I'm Sel.
Is there
I think this week
over there?
I think this week everyone is very
Yes.
poor because I think I'm not sure if this is a like what you call the Libra season or whatever, but just everything just seems to everything just seems to go downhill like real quick. So yeah, as you can see, all of us we are very poofed, and then but we are still here to talk about a very special topic, I think. At least for me, because it's so important to me. So maybe, Key, if you want to introduce the topic of the day.
Yes, as you can see, we have a very small team today. So we're going to do a very simple topic today, and it's about everyone's favorite topic in Singapore. It is about food. Yeah. We're gonna have
Keith-
the
The most
Key
essential. About what we
sounds
eat.
excited. Key sounds excited, but not too excited.
That's
about
right.
talking about food.
Because there's two people around my house, and it's very embarrassing to be loud.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah, so the question for today is, do you use food as a source of comfort?
Food
Yeah.
as a source of comfort. I think
That's right.
Nino will have a lot of stories to share about food as a source of comfort. Like, I don't know. I always find Filipino cuisine really fascinating because I don't know. I haven't had them before, but I keep hearing good things about it. So yeah.
Yeah, like I've brought a group of friends of mine. They are Chinese, also Chinese friends, and I brought them to this Filipino restaurant nearby. It's somewhere Far East Plaza. It's called Max, and yeah, they had a good experience.
Not McDonald's, right?
Wait, no McDonald's, right?
No. Oh,
High five
McDonald's.
Celeste.
I was like,
It's
man.
It's a restaurant that's famous for its fried chicken. Yes.
Oh, not Korean
It's not
fried
really
chicken,
not
right?
fried chicken. It's roasted chicken. Sorry, roasted chicken.
Hey, why you never bring us there? You bring this state group of friends, but not us. I'm so sad.
It was after exams last year.
Okay.
Yes, it was
Last year.
yeah. Back then.
I can't believe it.
We went to your house.
We should
work from home together.
organize some dinner date there sometime. Yeah, and there's a lot of Filipino foods in Lucky Plaza also. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which
So
we
like,
should try.
is there any like Filipino food? Because you've been here for so long, right? Do you ever miss like your hometown cuisine? Because I mean, you grew up there, and I believe at some point you'll be, whenever you are down or maybe you feel a little bit frustrated or stressed out, if you just want to go to something that's familiar to you. Do you have any like Filipino food that you find kind of like heals your soul?
For me, I don't really miss the food back home, but then because my parents do cook at home, yeah. So like it doesn't really like I don't have the feeling of missing the food back then. back in Philippines. Maybe the taste and quality is different because of the ingredients. Yeah, but in terms of having a comfort food, right? Well, my comfort food back then in Philippines are the street foods because firstly they are
Mm.
cheap, they're very accessible, and it's something that I could enjoy with my friends very often. Yeah,
Oh, then have you
yeah.
tried like recreating it here, or maybe has your mom tried it? Because we know that your mom is a very good baker. Yeah, so like actually like try your hands on like recreating street food from home.
I did create a street food before
What's the
by
name
myself.
like?
Really?
How does it look
It's
like?
called it's called tok neneng. Yeah, it's this you boil the quail eggs, then after that you coat it with some batter. It's orange color batter, and then you deep fry it, and then you have this kind of
Mm.
sauce also. It's a great. Then you dip it in gravy, brown gravy, and it's
Wow,
super
Wow.
sedap.
super sedap.
It
It's very
sounds
cheap,
very.
very cheap. I should make it for you guys.
It
Yeah.
sounds as if you clog your arteries a little bit.
Is it really comforting? Maybe it's clogging,
Maybe I
clogging
think
food.
I think it is
Food clogging.
comforting. Yeah. I mean like more fat, more flavor, right? That's what Gordon Ramsay likes to say.
Yeah,
Right. So it's
because
like
because like I think the fastest way of cooking things is frying. So and
mm,
it's the cheapest way possible they can
Have it
do the
delicious,
food.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it will turn out delicious. So whenever, for example, we have this like leftovers from the fridge, right, back home.
mm.
What I do is I will experiment with them, and then usually I'll fry it. Then fry it will taste good. Then I add some gravy, kind of thing. So frying
Does it
is
work with everything though? Frying is a solution to all your problems.
I think to an
okay.
extent, I agree to that to an extent.
Maybe
What?
maybe you should try frying all your problems.
Oh, no, I seen this. I remember I seen this game. Like I think a Running Man, the Korean game show, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
variety show, right? Then there was one time they made them eat like this fried food blindfolded, and it was like deep fried gummy worms. So
No
they're like wondering
way.
like what is this food, right? But then to them it tasted really nice apparently. Yeah.
I
So
mean,
I guess to that question, does deep frying everything work? it kind of
yes.
it kind of does.
Gummy bears, they are like sweet. So it's like nian gao, the glutinous rice cakes we have every
Mm.
Chinese New Year, the brown color ones. Then we'll cut it into pieces and fry with egg. No, with egg white. No, with egg. Yes, with egg, and then like we coat
It was
it,
right.
and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you just say
So I
gummy
guess
bears?
yeah, the gummy candy you were talking about, Keith.
Yeah,
Haribo one, is it?
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know
that,
lah.
that
They obviously will
I mean,
censor the brand.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, so no, so it's like no. What I was trying to say it was like the taste is about the same and its texture is the same also because like our nian gao, our glutinous rice cakes and gummy bears they are like the same. So when you fry it, it will taste like nian gao, but maybe coke
Yeah.
flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
think-
you all
actually,
considered frying ice cream also?
No, I don't think that will work.
Oh,
no,
it is.
For me,
it's an actual dish, but
It's
like
an
I've
actual
never really
dish.
tried it.
It's a hot and
Yeah.
cold dish. I've always watched this Facebook guy. He's not what's his name in Facebook. He's been trying all the different weird methods of cooking by other people to verify whether it really works or not. That kind of thing. Then
Sounds like
he did one of the videos was frying ice cream lah. So he just scoop like ice creams, the scooping one. Then he coat it with batter with flour and whatever. And then he dip it on egg and then with breadcrumbs and then he throw it to the deep fryer. And
I
it's
think I
good
think I know who you're talking about.
according to
I
him.
think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
The
I saw some of the videos.
Canadian one. Yeah. Do you know who is it?
yeah.
What his name? But like I know he's a very messy cook. That's all.
Yeah, when
that's
he
all I
throws
remember.
it, right,
Yeah.
it splatters everywhere.
I'm like, wow, my inner
No,
Asian
yeah.
right is getting like.
Hey, but guys, so, like coming back to the topic of comfort food, right? So Nino was saying it's usually the street foods because it's accessible, it's easy. So when you feel some kind of negative emotion, it's easy for you to go and get that sorted also. Then what about Keith? Like for yourself, do you have like a go-to or something?
I think for me it's more on snacks. Like meal, like lunch and dinner and breakfast is like in a way like staple stuff, right? Like you make sure you have a pretty balanced diet, right? Then usually past midnight, right? Usually past midnight, right? I'll like have you heard of the term like itchy mouth and stuff like that?
Huh?
Where like
Yeah, itchy
where,
mouth.
like,
I
you,
think
you
that's
don't want to eat like for the sake of eating, like not because you're hungry.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
then
Mm.
sometimes I really want to like chill out. Like just doing like small things or like reading some comics or watching some show. And then like because I can't eat in the room, right? So I usually go outside in the living room and just like be my own like if you come to my house right at midnight, right, you'll just be me at the sofa there, right? Just like sitting there at like, one corner, like slowly eating some random biscuit that I found in the pantry.
Why would we
Yeah.
show up at your place at 12 midnight for
Let's say
no
like
reason?
let's say, yeah. Yeah, I feel like for me is mainly the snacks, yeah. So it's like digestive biscuits and stuff like that.
Oh, you actually like that?
Yeah, I like that.
Is
It
it the
helps me
flavor
use
one,
the
the chocolate
toilet.
one, the dark chocolate
Both.
one, or the plain one?
I like both the plain and dark chocolate one. There was a moment where I didn't need to eat breakfast at home. Then I have a lot of Nutella that no one else uses. So actually, there was one time I literally took like a few discs of the plain digestives, right, and then I would just take the Nutella and like slowly spread onto each of them and eat them like the chocolate ones. So there was like I think one of the most indulgent nights I had.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't have any like specific snacks, so whatever you see in the fridge or the dining table or wherever food storage,
Like
then you just
mouse.
yeah,
Like a mouse like that. Whatever I find, I just eat.
Yeah, but mainly it is we have a little container filled with like random snacks that we would buy to
snakes.
restock.
Did you say
Snacks.
snakes? Oh, snakes.
Snakes, yeah, snakes. Yeah. We'll eat the venom and the meat and the skin. No, I'm kidding. Very random. Like there'll be some weeks where there are chips, then there are some weeks where it's empty, then I'll go downstairs and buy food. Yeah. So for me it's more of the snacks that I use as a source of comfort. It lets me, how to say, it occupies my time and like it
Tummy also.
yeah, and it fills the tummy. Yes, that's correct, Sal.
What
Yeah.
was the term that you used just now? Is it itchy mouth or what?
Itchy mouth.
Yeah, itchy mouth.
Itchy mouth. Yeah. So whenever
like
you're not
you-
hungry but you just itchy mouth, you just satisfy
Yeah,
your
yeah,
mouth
yeah.
itchy.
Like you can't just do this, it doesn't work.
Yeah, you just scratch your mouth.
Sorry guys, this is a very weird episode where
Yeah, it's such a
we
weird
suddenly
episode.
just get into some weird territories. But I think for me,
Yeah.
comfort
Yeah,
food
how about you?
it's I think comfort food would be a bowl of noodles.
Any form noodles, or is there like specific type of noodles?
Or specifically, it will be ban mian. Like those for in Singapore we always see those ban mian store where you can choose the type of noodles, but they'll just use the same broth, the same ingredients like veggies, minced pork, or minced chicken, eggs, ikan bilis, and some like scallions. That is my go-to comfort food. Like whenever I feel really stressed out, I feel really upset, right? I think like a bowl of noodles just make me feel very warm inside. If I feel cold inside, I like in my heart, then I'll just use a bowl of noodles to warm it. if that makes sense.
So do you go downstairs to buy?
So you eat bowl of noodles every day, is it? Sorry.
No, I'm not upset every day. Keep you were saying.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
I'm asking whether you go downstairs to buy at midnight if you feel your heart being cold at night.
No, of course not. Like I would just kind of like suck it up and just sleep on it. But
Will
I
it still
think
be open though?
no, I don't
Downstairs?
think so.
No.
I don't think so, right?
I
Yeah.
don't think so. But I think I have like a different comfort food for a different emotion. So if I'm
Oh,
stressed,
that's
I will have
interesting.
spicy food. I'll have spicy food. It can be mala, it can be tom yum, it can be anything. Yeah.
So it fuels your rage.
Sorry?
Let the heat from the spice fuel your rage within you.
Yeah, isn't
You
that
feel the
like
stress, right? You feel the
Oh yeah,
stress.
that doesn't make sense, huh?
no wonder you're
No,
always
but
like worse off after eating spicy food.
Sometimes it's like,
no, I don't know.
but
I
I
think
get
it's
you.
just
I get you. It's like to
yeah.
divert the pain.
Yes, correct. Oh my God, Keith, you understand how I feel.
Yes, I know. I know how
Keith,
you
just
Say
feel.
again, say
explain.
again.
Divert
What did you say?
like let's say your left arm got a cut, right? Some
Uh-huh.
people will be like let's pinch my right arm so that I'll forget about the left arm, that kind of thing.
But it's
This
kind
is
of
a very
dumb.
crude way lah. It's a very crude way of saying it. But
Yeah,
basically, when
correct.
you're stressed, right, it's like
Just
your head
divert the
is
attention.
being your head is in pain, right? Your mental energy is in pain. So you will just get the physical pain in lah to forget about the mental pain. I think that's what Cell is trying to get at. Yeah, and one way is to eat
Yeah.
spicy food.
So you want your
Yeah.
stomach to get painful, to divert the pain.
Not exactly. I think it's just like I don't know. I'm not sure what is the science behind it, but it just comes like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think yeah, but for some people they
It
like
helps.
very yeah, it does help a little bit, like in terms of making me feel better. But I don't know why it works. And I don't think
Mm.
there's a surefire way of explaining it. Like it's like some people like to have very indulgent cheesy foods when they're upset, like like have shepherd pies, or they'll have like pasta when they are upset because it's very savory, very um
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for some reason. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
True.
So like if you're having a very stressful day, you eat that for like lunch or dinner lah, like spicy food. Or
I
let's
can
say you
have
have a very
it
stressful
day.
stressful day, right? Then for dinner you eat mala. Is it right?
Something spicy. I may not
Something
necessarily
spicy.
eat mala, but I'll eat something spicy.
Mm.
Yeah.
But you can
Yeah.
like
So
buy something that's not spicy, then add some chili, right? Or something like that.
But if I'm
Anything.
gonna buy it, why
you
would I
must
not
make it spicy.
spicy? Yeah, exactly.
No, there's for
We
example,
know.
okay, ban mian,
Get your
right?
thing in.
Okay, since you mentioned ban mian, they don't really put the chili together with it, what? Right?
It's not spicy. I mean, it's by itself, it's not spicy. And why are we
No, but
talking
I
about
mean,
this?
no. I think Sel is talking about like two different things.
Yeah, I'm talking about two different
Yeah,
things.
yeah. To
Okay.
treat stress
Different
with
emotions.
spicy. Yeah, for different emotions, right?
Correct.
Then on that thing, we're gonna segue a little bit about how about um does like how to say does the time of when you eat this kind of like comfort food matter to you, or more like I think your question is like what is the most important meal of the day? We have like don't know whether other people have the same thing, but I have 4 meals of the day, which is breakfast, lunch, dinner, and
Or
supper.
Keith,
The supper
So
is when he sit in the one
we need
corner
to
and then
exercise.
hugging his back,
the one corner food.
hugging his bag of chips or whatever that's on the pantry table, and he'll be just
Yeah,
munching away and
that's
zoning
right.
in the distance.
Yeah. So like to me, I mean I don't eat supper a lot. Like now I've really cut down a lot, even though like I don't look like it, but I really cut down a lot. Yeah, but supper is quite important to me lah. Most of the time. Yeah. So
Okay.
how about you, Sel?
Yeah, guys, you heard Keith. He said he has cut down, so let this be the accountability podcast for us all.
Stop it.
I think for me, I think for the first question, I don't think the time at which I have these comfort foods really matters. You also have to think about like what time it is, because if you can't sleep well if you eat too late in the night. But for me, really the most important meal of the day is breakfast. Like I think the start of the day really sets the tone. I don't think it's common for us to think otherwise. Like I like it to be simple, straightforward, nutritious, and also it must have coffee. So like like in a sense, I know that I had a good breakfast and I'm ready to start the day. And yeah, and to me, dinner is not that important. I can have it or not have it. Yeah, but I would not go so far to say that I would not go for any dinner gatherings, because we are there for good company and then good chats. So yeah, like breakfast with coffee.
Then do you
Most
eat
important.
a lot, like for your breakfast then, if it's important to
Is
you?
it heavy or light? Yeah.
I think in comparison to most, because what I know is a lot of people, they don't like to have heavy breakfast. They only have a coffee and they just go. But for me, I'll have a relatively heavier one. It can vary though. It depends on how early I had my lunch the previous day, if that makes sense.
Lunch.
Lunch or dinner, like I might have a light dinner. But if my lunch is very late and it's very heavy, then I might not have dinner and then end up I'll get very hungry the next day.
So
Yeah,
you
I
go
can.
with Keith's supper lah. You can join Keith during supper.
No, I don't have the habit of having supper. Actually.
Your son is not a supper person, right? Once she
I'm
starts
not a supper
eating, yeah, after dinner she guys don't eat already until the next day.
Oh really?
Other than snacks, but snacks is a different thing.
Snacks is very rare also. I
Yeah.
seldom like even munch on snacks even. Yeah, but yeah, breakfast I have it heavy. It's either like some yogurt, fruits, and then coffee, or I'll just head out and have a bowl of noodles if I come back home.
Will you make sure it's a different thing every day?
Actually, it's not so important. I don't have to have different things every day, because I think having some kind of consistency actually helps with your routine, and it builds a habit also. So that's why I think like breakfast is the most important, because it really sets the tone and sets your mood. And if you find that when the breakfast is really troublesome, then you find that it kind of affects my momentum for some reason. I don't know about you guys, but that's for me.
For me,
Yeah.
I do agree lah. I do agree that breakfast gives you that kind of like kickstart for the day and the energy to sustain yourself throughout the day. For me, usually I don't really eat heavy breakfast. Okay, I think I will have to put an exception yesterday, so
Yeah, I was thinking
Okay.
because so context guys, yesterday I met Nino for breakfast. It was 10 a.m. in the morning. At first we were thinking, okay, let's just have 3 kosong prata and 1 kosong prata for myself, and I got myself some French toast lah. So for me it's a reasonably small. And we found out that at home we had another packet of kway teow goreng. So he basically finished 3 prata, almost entire packet of kway teow goreng and Milo and iced Milo, and it's freaking sweet. So yeah, that was full on sugar.
That was weekend. Yesterday was weekend. So usually,
Keith-
my weekdays when I
Keith
go to
is
school and stuff like
dumbstruck.
that, or internship
I'm
or
very
what, I eat light breakfast, and sometimes I do have it along the way if I don't have time to do so. But I feel like the most important meal for me of the whole entire day is dinner, because this is where I get to meet my friends, my family, and yeah, it's the only time of the day that I can sit down with them and talk about
Sit down with them.
sit down. Sorry, yeah, sit down with them, and yeah, I just see that their presence is more than enough, ma. And that's where all the stories come along. Also, remember the time when we have dinner, also, guys, when the before this whole COVID thing happened. So
yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah, we can just go out, like especially Friday, TGIF. Yeah, that's why I feel like dinner is like kind of most of the important meal for me because of the company that I have.
But then now with COVID, is dinner like still this, like do you still get that same feeling for
You know
dinner.
what? Now that we have this COVID thing, every meal is important.
That is true. That is true.
What do you mean by that? As in, isn't every
because
meal
like
kind of
every time. So if I stay at home,
Like every time
right,
we meet, right?
the only appliance that I go to is the fridge. Really, like I don't know. Whenever I pass by the kitchen, when I go to the toilet, right, I will have to open the fridge somehow. Like I just check out, like you do my inventorization. What do I don't have? And then the next thing you know, I go down to the NTUC downstairs. Yeah. Oh
Oh,
well.
bro. Oh well.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's a bad
for
habit lah.
I think I don't know. I also would do that. Yeah, I would like randomly
Right.
random parts of the day. I just open the fridge. I just stare at it. Then
and
I
hoping
close the
something
thing.
will pop up. Hoping
Hoping
something will
some-
appear. It's like Narnia.
Hoping something will cook for
to
you.
fulfill the itch.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what we do when we are bored. Like we want to get something to drink, but oh shit, I forgot I
Yeah,
didn't buy
yeah.
this. So it wouldn't appear in my fridge actually.
Yeah, especially when like the fridge has a gaping hole in the middle, because there's nothing on it. Yeah,
So you have to.
happened to me
you
a
have-
few
you have
times.
the
I'll open and be
obligation
like, oh
to
yeah,
stop.
I didn't put any cold snacks in the fridge. That would be so sad. Yeah, I guess for me, I mean I did say supper is important, but I don't eat it often, right? So like
Oh.
like
Oh, is it?
Oh,
a bit contradictory. So
yeah, someone
let me
said-
try to
redeem yourself.
redeem myself, right, and say that I would have agreed if I was in uni, right, that dinner is more important, right, but now, right, being part of the working world for like a year plus, right, I realize lunch is more important for me
Oh,
because it keeps me, because like when you work, right, for me I work from 9, I eat at 12, right, so I have like 3 hours in the morning. It's not that important lah to me lah, because after that you have lunch, then you have another 6 hours of like 5 to 6 hours of grinding, right, and that is when you need a lot of energy. So for me, like I'll make sure that I have lunch that is enough that can last me that 6 hours lah. Yeah,
But then
that's what I
usually
feel.
after lunch, Keith, like you have
Mhm.
food coma, right? Then you tend to feel tired and sleepy.
Yeah.
Good food
Actually,
for your
right now, don't tell my colleagues, right? But actually, I will eat fast. Then I'll take a quick nap for like half an hour to 20 minutes around there.
Okay,
Before I
we
go
will
back.
take, we will
Very
take your
normal.
company's on the
It's still
does not
during my lunch hour.
represent.
It's
This
still during my
has
lunch
nothing
hour.
to do with the company.
This does not represent what my company and
Okay,
and
once
its
again,
affiliate do.
the views and opinions of the host do not reflect the views and opinions.
No, but I
Yeah,
think
but-
it's very common, especially when we are all working from home, because you know, like you are at home, you need to, not only do you need to work, you also need to be mindful of like your house surroundings, and if you are somebody who is responsible for a lot of the household chores, right, and what's happening at home, it can be quite stressful, not stressful, but it can strain your mind, because you need to have one mind for so many other different things. So I think it's really common for people to actually nap during lunchtime. I mean, lunch is
Yeah,
it's
no, I'm
lunch.
not saying that it's a bad thing. Actually, some of my colleagues told me also that they nap before we get back together. Yeah.
Once
No,
again,
actually, like back to that breakfast thing, right? We're all talking about breakfast, right? My breakfast is always 2 slices of bread with Nutella.
Is it a
oh,
standard?
that is a very routine kind of breakfast,
It's
like
it's like the
simple, no
most routine
frills.
thing. Yeah, it's the most routine thing ever. And like only once in a while I'll spice it up by like not putting Nutella, I'll put cheese and
Chili.
ham. No, what? no one puts
Nutella
chili in
and
the
chili.
bread for breakfast. Actually, I
Unless
heard
he's
people-
angry.
Unless I'm stressed.
No, I
That's
don't
right,
do
I'll wake
that.
up with stress. Well, when we wake up with stress, right? That is like I think
That is
I just don't
something
want to
you-
go.
In the
Not a
morning,
work
you are
already.
stressed already. So fast, man.
No,
Actually,
no. There are such
Actually,
cases.
there are cases. Yeah, there are times where, I mean, like back then when I intern at other places, I sometimes wake up feeling palpitations. But that is something for another day.
Yes. Back to food,
um,
guys.
But I
It's
think
back to food.
I feel like of all things, Nutella with two slices. Oh no, two slices of bread with Nutella is like it's like the only constant in your entire day. If you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
because yeah, I for some reason, right, I don't know, I don't know whether I told y'all before, but I will always make sure that every day my food is different.
The
So
food is
like
what?
if
Except for
lunch,
breakfast.
like yeah, except for breakfast, right, like everything I eat, right, must be different from day to day one. So like if for lunch I eat rice, I will try to make sure that my dinner is noodles. And then if yesterday's lunch, right, was rice, right, then maybe this lunch I don't eat rice, I eat something else. Or if I eat Japanese food for dinner, right, then next day, right, okay, let's go for Korean or go for Western.
Well, I think your
So
your future wife, very very tough. Hey, so just put it out there. You know, whoever that wants to consider Keith, you need to know how to make like 10 different cuisines.
hey,
Yeah, because
don't
he
be like that
expects
lah.
variety.
I'll try to variety myself to
Variety yourself.
variety myself. Learn how to cook and then variety myself. I learned how to cook fried shallots before. It's quite cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
that is the spice of not really spicy. Yeah.
How is that spicy?
Yeah. Actually I know lah, it's not spicy. You can make it spicy, I remember, but I don't know how. I haven't tried it yet. Cost money. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we
Where
all
were
have pretty
we?
different, yeah, where were we?
We're
Important meal
talking
of the
about
day.
like the important meals of the day. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Then other than meals, do you guys like snack, like okay lah, minus me lah, since I already said it, right? But do you guys snack between meals or like after meals often?
For me, not really. Maybe dessert is if you consider that like fruits or sometimes if there's ice cream, I would do. I would have ice cream also after dinner. Yeah, but they say
Mm.
there's this like type of like fruits, right? They cannot eat right after dinner because it will make
Oh, is
you
it?
feel
no, it's not
bloated.
really true. It's just about the kind of fruits you eat.
Mm.
Um and you eat it in moderation. Cause you see, right, like things like mango, things like
Bless you.
mango. Yeah, I know,
God
I know,
bless.
I know. My dad is like sneezing in the background, but let that be like
I feel
background
him. I
noise.
feel him. I sneeze a lot too.
Yeah, so like things like mango is very high in carbohydrates. If you have it, of course, if you have like a small portion, it's okay. But if you have like the entire mango to yourself, obviously you are gonna feel bloated and you might even experience allergies. Actually, it's
Mm.
when you have too much mangoes, you will have some skin irritation. It's not just me. I
Mm.
thought I was the only like special person that is allergic to mango, but actually turns out that it's actually quite common. But if you have watermelon is very low in carbs and high in water content. So even if you have
Yeah,
like double the portion, I think it's more
it's
hydrating
okay.
than it is
Mm.
bloating. Yeah.
And it makes you
It
So
pee
feels like
or
you're drinking water already like after the meal, huh?
depends
yeah,
on the
as
watermelon.
Your fluid.
depends on the watermelon. No, I
It's
think
not
it's
watermelon
easy.
quite dry one.
Is it?
Huh?
How you know?
Dry watermelon?
No, it's I think no, I think some watermelons are like very watery and stuff. Yeah,
It
I
is always
So I
remember.
don't
supposed
I
to be
don't I don't
watery,
know how.
right?
No, as in like it's like you might think that watermelon, right, being like the highest water content, right,
Uh-huh.
cannot be too watery, right? But I can tell you right now, it can be too watery.
I
Then like
need
you
I need
lose all the
photos.
sweetness.
Photos or it did not
It's
happen.
it's like very very like the red is like very pale and
I think that's just not right.
no leh. Okay lah, it's right, but it's right. At least I trust my mom who buys the fruits.
If it's pink, like pinkish, light pink, yeah, then maybe it's
Okay,
not yet.
next time when we choose to get watermelon again and it doesn't taste very sweet, I'll take photo.
Speaking of
See
watermelon,
whether
right, guys? Back in Philippines, right, there's this like they have this technique, right, in order to determine whether the watermelon
Slap it.
is right. No, you flick it with your finger. Yeah, I think you have to listen to it one.
Then what kind of sound is supposed to make?
It's
a
like
good
this
sound.
very I think right, if I'm not wrong, it shouldn't sound like very hollow or what.
Do you
Yeah.
do
No,
that
as in,
often?
Can you describe like how can you like
Describe
mimic
a
that
sound.
sound? Is it like a tong tong tong, or is it like a crispy kind of sound?
Yeah. I think crispy is the word. Like the crisp.
Crispy.
It should be
I know
crispy.
there's an app for it. That's all I know. Now they got
Yeah.
apps for everything, right? Yeah, I remember quite a while back. There's like an iPhone app, right? You put the phone right on the watermelon, then you hit it, and the app will
Then
be like, "Oh, this is right. This is not right."
oh really?
Yeah,
Oh, there is such thing.
long ago lah. But now I think no one really does that.
That's
Like
it.
use an
Because it's
app
quite dumb.
just to. It's really
It's quite
dumb.
dumb. You have to actually put it there and then can you imagine how you look like at NTUC
Yeah.
doing that?
Oh, that
But
is
right.
that'd be so funny.
Oh, like
Wait,
let me just add in also, like when you buy watermelon, right? Usually they have this free taste one, so they'll slice one watermelon, and no, okay, I'm not saying that every vendor is doing it, but then some of them, right, they will purposely slice the ripe ones, the very sweet ones. Okay, then let you try that piece.
Yeah,
Then
that's
after that,
marketing.
the rest of the watermelons are all not sweet one. Like then when you buy, right, it's like when you open, right, oh shucks, it's not the same taste as what you have pre-tasted.
I mean, they're not the same fruit, lah. Like
It's the same.
I usually take this kind of free samples with a pinch of watermelon salt. Yeah. Yeah.
True. Like, I feel like I was being cheated back then. Okay, anyways,
Back then, it's in Philippines, is it?
in Philippines, in Singapore, there's no free taste, right? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
obviously.
Everything you need to pay one. Oh,
No, I remember last time have I think now. Yeah, I think now COVID.
I think now economy not good. That's why Singapore need to open up.
yes, slowly opening up.
Slowly. But that can be a
Yeah,
topic
but
for
you're
another
talking about
day.
snacks. You're talking
talking
about
about
snacks
food.
and
Yeah,
desserts
snack.
and then fruits and then watermelon and then I
Then
don't know
opening
how
up the
we went to
economy.
that.
I don't know how we're gonna go into the economy. Yeah.
I think snacking in between meals, unless if let's say that day is really a busy day, I find myself craving for more sweet things. Something that's
Sweet.
more carb heavy, things like chocolate or granola. I crave for granola or I have like banana for my midday snack. But most of the time my snacks are just black coffee.
Coffee is a snack.
Yeah,
No.
you
Yeah, it
drink
is a snack.
coffee as a snack.
Or I make myself an oatmeal latte because oat milk has carbs, right? And it's kind of
Very
has a
filling.
comforting taste to. I won't go so far to say it's healing, but I'll just say that it's satisfy your cravings for sweet stuff, and it's not too bad. So, but I even then I seldom snack like out of will. Yeah.
Well, we
Back
already saw
when
the
you
question. Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
You Keith, you say
Like
first.
we already saw the question lah. Like so that means a lot of the snacks now like they're not really from the childhood lah, I guess. I was about to ask that question.
Yeah, because childhood when I was in
childhood.
childhood, yeah, like I don't. Okay, but there are some of the snacks I still miss. You know those polar snacks, like the where you have little fishes in a transparent packet with a red top. Do you remember that?
Polar.
The red-
I know
the-
Polar.
The chocolate one, the bar
No,
one.
it's not chocolate. No, it's not chocolate. It's a salty. It's a salty snack, and then you get like those hollow crackers. Then on it,
I know.
yeah.
It's like this cubish one, right?
Yeah, and then on the
the
top
bottom
is
is
like red
cubish.
color. Yeah. I
didn't
cannot
know.
remember if that is polar snack or what. But
Yeah, I think it's called Polar snack. Yeah, I tried that before.
And then
I
there's
only know
this
Mami.
yeah. Oh, I
Mami.
used to eat mami a lot.
Different flavor of chicken. There's what else?
Barbecue, and then I will
Barbecue.
spam the seasoning. That's why my hair is so little.
Okay, I don't think that's the reason because I also spam the seasoning and look at my hair.
Okay, right. First of all, guys,
Horrible.
y'all remember when we were younger, when having these childhood snacks, right? Then the you know what's the best part of having these snacks? It's not the
Seasoning.
actual food, no. It's not the actual food, It's like those little things that stuck in the corner of the packet.
Yeah,
You use your finger, right? They dig it, then you just slick it in your finger. That's the best part. Like it completes
is-
the whole snack.
This is so
experience.
unexpected. I never knew Nino eats snacks like this where he use a finger and dig out.
Wait,
the
you
co-
guys never do it, man, before?
Oh,
No,
but I do that also. I do that.
I don't.
I would even maximize the effectiveness, right? I will lick my finger first, then I'll dip it so that the
Yes,
powder and the
that's why
stuff
it
will
can
stick
stick
onto the finger.
better. Yes.
Oh my god, guys, everyone. I
The
learn
sticking
new things
capacity
about
is
my friends
higher.
every day. I never knew they eat snacks like this.
Okay, that was before. Right now, I use chopsticks. If I ever
Yeah,
eat.
right now I chopstick also. I don't care about the crumbs
Because
anymore.
I don't want to dirty my fingers anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, give.
Oh my god.
You know what chopsticks I use? I use the one that Brenda gave. Remember, we all got the.
Oh, I use disposable so I can just throw into the bag after I'm done eating.
Oh my god, Keith is
Oh my
somebody
gosh.
just doesn't care about anything. Don't want to wash my fingers. I don't even want to wash my chopsticks. I just want to throw every goddamn thing away.
No, because like, we'll buy back food, right? And then sometimes we'll take the utensils but we never use.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like, I
like
have
you
a
get
stockpile.
extra.
Yeah, so I just usually will like slowly let burn it off lah. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm,
That was
mm,
the
mm.
childhood snacks that we had.
Yeah, childhood snacks. Yeah, I remember there were some. I don't know whether you can. What's it called? Dafa, like some cuttlefish snacks. Very
Oh
strange.
yes.
Very thin
Like,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's this version where they have the uncut one, and they have the little short strips of
Yeah, the strips
cuttlefish.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to sneak it out to the classroom also. Then the
Oh,
teacher is like
confirm
chasing
can
us
smell.
after
What
the
I'm talking about?
I sit at
He's
the
just
back
lying to
of
himself.
the
Just lying to
classroom.
himself. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, lor. I will eat a lot of my childhood snacks like crispies and the cuttlefish snacks and actually the polar sweet. Even my previous company bought it as a pantry snack also. It was really good. It
And
was
everyone
really fun.
smelled like sweets.
And everyone smelled like squid.
The whole office.
Yeah. Actually, I let us like since we're talking about snacks and like stuff that we like to eat, right? Then do you guys like tend to want to try to make them yourself, or do you always buy? Okay, not just snacks lah. I guess meals also lah. Or like a more umbrella statement would be like, would you rather cook food at home, or would you rather buy like takeaway for your meals?
Okay, but before that,
Mm.
there's like comments that we can show.
Oh, there's a comment.
Like a few comments. So my mom says
Ooh.
hi. And number one fan.
Anita.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my aunt also said hi, and she commented
Mm.
that when she's stressed and tired, she eats and feel comforted. So I think, yeah, in Philippines they just eat whatever that's in the fridge. Yeah, that's why we carry that kind of culture back.
I think that's
Singapore.
everyone. I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
We just whenever we just want to eat something, right? We just see whatever we get and just eat it.
Yes, like
Yeah, I
whatever
don't know about Sel lah.
like on our reach, then we will.
Actually, yes. Actually, I used to have a habit of eating when I am eating my emotions, which is very bad. That's why I stopped snacking altogether. Cause sometimes it's very hard to stop when you start to snack.
Yeah, I get
Unless
what
it's
you mean.
something, yeah, unless there's something of nutritional value, and I know it will, how to say, because things like granola and oat, they are very filling, so you don't want to keep continuing to snack on it, but it will kind of stop you from continuing. So, yeah, but yeah, I used to snack a lot, actually, like on chocolates, on what else do I snack on? On those like very sweet biscuits. No, I don't actually
yeah,
snack on
sweets,
chips.
Wafer biscuits are all these.
Yeah, wafer biscuits, because they are so light. It's so deceivingly light that you can finish like half of
The whole
like,
packet.
yeah. Okay. So when we were very young, right? The nearby market, they actually sell biscuits by the tin boxes, and they will allow you to get like if let's say you want to get a $1 worth, you can get actually this big a packet, like an A4 size paper, this kind of size. Back home, this is $1.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
The
and
but-
regular
but-
one, oh,
yeah.
A4 size. That's a lot.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's quite huge.
because it's very light, and it's so
Mm.
Yeah.
deceiving light that you can just continue eating like for a long time,
Non-stop
and then you
lah.
realize, shit, I finished half a packet of that already, and it's a
Oh, now
lot,
I feel- Yeah.
Okay, so
Mm.
what was the question just now, Keith? Sorry.
No, actually, I wanted to build on sales topic because we should talk about like food that is very addictive, right? So like
Hmm.
like maybe like for everyone, how addictive do you think food is to you? Yeah.
I think it depends on the food, isn't it? And also
I
your
mean-
relationship with that.
Yeah, I think for me, it's more of snacks that are very addictive, especially with like those that are engineered like by corporation. Like I don't mean to be very particular, but those that are really engineered to make you want to eat more of it. You know?
Yes,
Is-
like
is-
what Celestine mentioned.
Yeah.
Like
Like-
light, some of it can be light and slightly
Light
salty.
and bite size. You know.
Yeah, and it's like things like chips,
Mm.
things like
Yeah.
wafer
I
sticks.
think chips is no leh. I don't think chips will make me eat more. I think whatever like comes in small sizes, in small packets where you have to open it one by one, right? I think those are those kind.
Because it looks small, and then
Yes, not enough
psychologically,
one only. Like
You always
have
think
to have
one more. Then you eat. Then one more. Then you eat.
yeah, because we
Yeah.
have that kind of human nature where I
you
need to
keep
satisfy.
pursuing it,
I need to reach that
Yeah.
level of satisfaction before I should stop.
but it doesn't end.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
like
end.
running a thread,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
I do-
Yes.
I do feel the opposite for Nino's point on the chips. I feel that chips are quite addictive also.
You
Like,
like
I
because
think
you
in
like
one-
salty.
Because I like both sweet and salty. So like there'll be some days where like I can eat like you know those jam biscuits.
Oh,
Like
that's
those,
really
like,
sweet.
biscuit with like the sugar thing on top, right? I can eat like
Yes.
if it's a bag, right? I
Oh,
can
the
eat like half of
small
the bag, right,
one. Yes,
in one
those are
sitting.
childhood snacks
Yeah.
also.
Then on other days, right, I can like buy like I think a regular size bag of chips, and I can finish it in one sitting also. I think I can now, but I chose not to because I really
This is
need
accountability for kids. guys.
accountability.
Yes.
I choose
Screenshot, comment down below, Keith.
don't screenshot me.
Screen record.
Yeah.
But
But
I
yeah,
Say you say sorry.
Yes, sir.
I think I think like it depends on your relationship with that said food. If let's say it brings a lot of good memories, you keep wanting to eat it and kind of because of association with like your association of the memory with the food. But I think
True.
I think like if it's coffee, if it's
Bubble
something,
tea.
no, not bubble tea. Oh, actually, I'm not sure about bubble tea though, cause bubble tea is very light. I like flavors that is light, sweet, but and it doesn't overwhelm me. So things like bubble tea, things like coffee,
Like it goes down easily, right?
yeah. And then coffee. The reason why coffee is addictive is because it gives me that pump. It does for me. It doesn't come in as like wow, you feel very energetic all of a sudden, and you feel super productive. You feel that you can do a lot of things at once. That kind of thing. It's more of like it kind of wakes you up. I like that feeling of suddenly you feel very refreshed and you're ready to take on
Energized.
the day. Yeah. So
But since you mentioned pump, right? Like why don't you do push-ups instead? Just kidding.
because you see, right? This is the thing. Why is like this also reminds me of a question like
Exercise, yeah.
no like, it reminds me of a question of like why do people resort to eating their emotions instead of doing something else that's more productive and achieve the same result? Because it's easy. Yeah.
It is easier, yeah.
Yeah,
agree.
like I said, I mentioned I was when I'm stressed, I eat spicy food to so-called divert the anger. But why can't I just go for a run? Why don't I go for intense hour of dance practice to divert that? I can do the same. But then when it comes to food, I think it has an effect. I mean, it depends on the time as well. I'm not sure, you know what I mean. That's why it's very
understand.
common to have eating problems, emotional eating problems. like right now.
I agree lah. Then how about Nino? Do you think food is addictive to you?
Okay, I think go for my personal experience. Like recently, I had this operation, right? So I need to recover. So I had to eat food and to get back in shape and yeah. But then in general, back then, um, how addictive is food to me? Yes, I like sweets a lot, and it's very addictive. You know why? Because it's the
Why?
same reason as Celestine's reason just now. Because it keeps me alive. And the whole bar, right, I can actually finish in one sitting. And
Whole bar?
ice
Like,
creams, right? Like the whole chocolate bar.
oh,
There's a
chocolate
lot of
bar. Okay.
squares, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, okay, let's eat 4 squares today. Pum. Then like, oh, 4 squares not enough. Another four until you can finish.
It did
Like
become 4
one
giant
thing.
squares.
Oh my god, this is the episode where we discover that we all have eating problems.
Before.
I
Yeah.
mean,
No, but
I get what I mean.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I do the same also. If you remember in JC, I would actually
Yeah,
have like some sweets that I would eat during the week to keep
Yeah,
myself
you
awake.
yeah.
I think food becomes addictive and selective foods becomes addictive when we are faced in situations where we like under stress like that. Like for example, before
We rely
exams,
on them.
we rely
Like
on
we
those things. Yeah, I had this method actually way before when I still take exams regularly. So I had this sweet, right, the caramel one. I always
Yeah.
eat it before the paper starts.
Yeah, I remember. It's a
And
it's
when I'm
a
studying
yellowish
also, right?
beige.
Yes, correct. Then when I'm studying, I also eat that one. So when I encountered like when I'm doing the paper, right, it's like, oh, I'm sucking the sweet, right? Then I remember, oh, this is how you do it. It kind of recalls the memory on whatever you studied. Hey, it actually works, eh? It's like
I no,
Yeah,
I'm just
apparently.
yeah, but I'm just very amused. It's like
of
you're
me.
associating that you're associating the memory of the content that you are studying to the sweet that you are eating. So when you have the sweet during exam, it actually helps you to remember it. Oh
Yes,
my
yes.
gosh, how did I not know this?
Actually,
Even the fact that
You go back university.
it was actually
right,
talked about, I remember, quite a few times
considering
already.
considering how much I eat chocolates back then, oh my god, I feel like all the chocolates I've eaten is so wasted. It's like I just eat and I'm just stone there and then just like eat. But I didn't know that I could use it for this purpose. Oh my god.
Apparently,
Yeah.
fragrances does the same trick also. So
Fragrances.
I heard like if you were to keep if you associate a fragrance with a different subject, right? Like maths, you have like lavender, and then like or the smell of flowers, right? Then like in science, you have the smell of chocolate. Then if you were to if you were to smell that, right? When you do exams, right, you will recall that as well.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can recall it easily.
quite
Yeah, whatever
interesting.
you study. Yeah,
I
correct.
think it's the same thing as how addictive to food because you are so like like reminiscent of that taste, right? That once you eat it, you be like, wow, like number one brings back memories, right? Like those childhood snacks, or like even now, like you eat chocolates again, you be like, wow, it's chocolate, right? And like I really like chocolate, and like I want to taste it again. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, what's one more, or what's another 4 more squares? Yeah, and I think that's how these kind of foods get very popular also. Like chocolates chips and things like that. I think biscuits as well. But I don't know whether digestives is considered addictive lah, but I like digestives. Yeah.
Wow, that's a special taste.
No, because
Definitely.
I've been eating digestive recently.
That's your thing now.
We had a long roll, like so to
You had to
keep it in a
finish it.
container. No, to keep it in a container I have to reduce the height to keep it into the container.
So you finished like 3-4 pieces of it.
Yeah, to try to keep it in the lid.
So
It
does
was
that
quite
mean that every
funny.
time you have to open and whenever you want to store a long roll of digestives, you find an excuse to have some of them so that you can get that
No,
into a bottle.
no, like usually that height is just nice for digestives. But I think that time my mom was like helping us buy snacks, right? Then when she came back, right, it was like this plus 20% stack. for the same price you get more. Those kind
Oh
of
yeah,
those
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
correct.
You know, like 100
So
grams or what?
yeah,
Additional.
so that the additional right causes it to jut out of the container. So we couldn't close it. We literally chucked it there like sealed, right? But
Then you just eat
the lid is on the side.
like just eat those
Yeah
pieces.
lah. So that's what I said just now. That's what I said just now lah. That's why
Oh,
I
okay,
had to
okay.
consider like yeah. So those are actually quite popular food, right? But like, do you guys have any popular food that you don't like to eat? Like you want to try to avoid or you dislike? Yeah.
Okay, I think I can answer
Actually,
this first.
yeah.
I agree.
For me, it will be bubble tea. Because right,
Really?
okay,
I thought we can
I
bubble tea
won't
together.
totally
No.
totally avoid it or dislike it. But because back then, right, I would buy as much bubble tea like every after school. I'll go to Gongcha or whatever bubble tea store that I can see, then just get. And one of the famous bubble tea store before also was Sweet Talk, right? Yes, I always go buy from Sweet Talk one with a honeydew ice blend, the kind. I still
Oh my
remember.
gosh, yes. I love
Yes,
it.
there's
But
only
Oh, I
very
now
remember
not
few
so much.
stalls, that the Sweet Talk stores around in Singapore. Yeah, so I wouldn't really totally avoid them, but I will reduce my frequency of buying those food. You know why? Because um it's expensive to me, like, because I'm still a student, right? So sometimes it's $5 per cup, and it's like sometimes with $5 you can buy a meal or something. You agree with me on
Yeah, yeah,
this?
yeah.
Yeah,
I agree,
so
I agree.
I feel like in term when you're okay, those watching us, we have like 6 viewers right now. Thank you so much. So those are
Wow.
watching us. It really depends on your budget. So if you are running like low on budget, so we somehow like have to cut down those foods or popular foods that we would make us tend to buy more. Yeah, so like lessen the frequency. Which we don't need to go with the trend, but more of we should just have our own stick to our own lifestyle. Yeah.
Like you
So
prefer
that's
to be more thrifty because you
yes,
feel
if
like the
Yeah,
price
possible,
yeah.
for
wherever
bubble tea is
possible.
unjustified.
Mm.
Yes, correct.
Then
But
how about how?
once in a while I will do so lah. I would, yeah,
Mm.
but not very frequent. Like probably
I
once a month.
remember,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
Remember what?
What do you
Remember
remember?
what?
No,
You
I
know, we
wanted to
just
say
move on.
something, I forgot.
Your
Okay,
popular
how
food that you dislike, if you have.
yeah, maybe do you have any popular food that you dislike, so?
This side, actually, I don't like brown sugar bubble tea. Like specifically, because I
It's
think
so
there's
specific.
no, yeah, as in because a lot of people like brown sugar stuff.
Like the hype, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't find it super nice because it's
Enticing.
very overwhelmingly sweet to me.
Mm.
And I don't know, it just puts me off. When I finish like such a drink, I feel so bloated and I feel like I want to sleep. It's like I don't feel good drinking it, and yeah, I don't see the point of getting it also. And I think I still enjoy bubble tea from time to time because I can't make that myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if I have a slight craving for flavored tea, but I don't really feel like going out to buy, I'll just make it myself at home. I'll just chill the brewed tea, then I'll add like my flavor and then like some of the condiments, and I'll just have it
Oh,
myself.
so like a mini bubble tea at home.
Yeah, I'll just make my own so-called bubble tea. It's not really bubble, but yeah. But I think
Mhm.
another popular food that I will avoid is
Fast food.
no, but fast food they are not necessarily popular. It's just fast and it's easy, so
Food.
a lot of people buy
It's fast and it's
it.
Hai Di Lao, expensive hot pots.
Okay, yeah, I think expensive hot pots. Yeah, overhyped brands. I wouldn't mention any brands, but
I
some
just
some of
mentioned.
the
Sorry.
hot pot shops, right? I wouldn't go there just because everyone likes it. everyone says that it's good, it's good, it's good. I think to have very authentic Chinese hot pot, you need to bring along someone that is from that said place. So
Who
so
experience
the
it themselves.
yeah, I mean they grow up in that place, so they know
Yeah.
the flavor, what kind of flavor is right, and they will be able to see like, oh, which hot pot place is actually the best. And
Yeah.
the one that I went recently was actually really good, and it wasn't very expensive. And I recommended that to some of my friends as well, and they were like, oh, this is much better than this hyped hot pot
Yeah.
restaurant. Yeah, so
Mm,
I think
yeah.
as long as it's something that I feel I can make it myself, or I can have it at a cheaper price, I wouldn't go for the food. I would actually
Do it
choose not to
yourself.
buy. I would choose not to buy, or unless there is an occasion for us to like to buy that food. You know what I mean? Like everyone to
Yeah, I
try
get what I
it.
mean.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Like basically you won't do it yourself lah. Like if you have the choice.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
no, you
If
won't buy it
possible.
yourself. Yeah.
I won't
If
buy
possible,
myself.
you won't buy it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
How about
Yeah.
you,
I mean,
Keith?
for me, I guess the one thing at the top of my head when I prepared this question is coffee. Like I will never
Oh.
drink coffee. Yeah, I never want to drink coffee. Not because it's addictive, but also because I don't like the fact that it's very bitter also. The one time I
Sure.
accidentally ordered there was one time I accidentally ordered Coffee Bean has ice blended vanilla. It's like this ice blended shake, right? So there's a coffee
Frap lah,
version of
right.
it. It's a frap lah. I didn't like the frap because I accidentally bought the frap. So I said ice blended vanilla, right? But they thought it's a frap. So they got me the frap. Then I drank,
then
I'm
there's
like, oh,
caffeine.
this is like so bad to me lah. I just didn't like it. I couldn't finish it. Yeah. And I mean the caffeine is a different story because I can still drink bubble tea. I still drink bubble tea and it helps me sometimes. But I don't drink coffee. I think because like no one, I don't want to get addicted to it. I don't want to be like every morning must have a cup or every afternoon must have my second cup. And that like and also the fact that it's like wow, it's just nah, not my taste. Like not at
Really, I'm
all.
so insulted.
Oh, thanks.
Coffee is such
I think
such a essential.
It is, yeah. I agree with that coffee is important. But it is a person like I really choose I don't want to unless like really no choice, right? And like I have no other way to survive my work day, right? Other than coffee, right? Then fine, I will do one cup. Yeah. But it has never happened before lah. And iced Milo it works wonders for me. Hot Milo actually. Hot Milo works wonders for me. So
Oh my god, I don't understand
I'm sorry for my childhood taste. But I realized that we are running over by a little bit. So let's close for the day, and like we can all agree that everyone has their own opinion of food, right? From
Yeah,
their
so
likes
true.
and their dislikes and everything in between. Yeah, as you can tell, Cell hates me now. But we can all
I
agree.
can't believe it.
We can all agree that we have something that we eat, right? That comforts our soul. Yeah, it could be snacks. It could be
Ultimately,
spicy
like,
food.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like,
Ultimately,
whatever food you ingest, right, it should be something that's very of nutrition, but it has nutritional value to you, and it doesn't harm
Snacks.
your body. Yeah, and you shouldn't overeat as well. Like
yes,
everything
yes,
good is good in moderation. Yeah. How about
yes,
you,
I
Sal?
agree.
And closing lines.
I think for myself, I think anything in moderation. I don't think there's any like good or bad foods, contrary to what a lot of people or rather some influencers are saying. So I think as long as you enjoy the food and you don't overeat or eat too little, I think it's good. Everything is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and before we end, let's just look at whether
Some of the
I did
comments.
see some comments. Tita, I mean Nino's mom, right? Apparently she eats French toast and then runs to the MRT because work starts at because
She's a
work starts
road
at
runner.
10 a.m. and then lunchtime soon. So she already feels full from dinner last night. So I like breakfast only. Yeah, see, I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
you totally, Tita. This
Yeah,
is
I
why I
think
will only eat bread. Yeah.
yeah, Nutella with 2 slices of toast. But I think
And
it's
chili on top.
dependent on like your eating habits growing up also. Because if you're very used to having like a heavy dinner, then obviously you wouldn't want to eat like heavy breakfast.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
correct.
you'll be just feel uncomfortable.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Yes, but
So
let's.
one more.
Yes,
This is my
Jun Rich
mentor.
is clapping for us. You're a
Yeah,
mentor.
thanks for support.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
thanks.
is my
Thank
mentor.
you so much for clapping for us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So and with that we have come to the end of an episode full of laughter and serious banters. Make sure to like, follow our page for more updates. Yeah, and once again I'm Keith. Nino.
Once again, I'm Nino.
And I'm Sal. This is
So
such a
be sure to tune in
wholesome.
again
Okay, so
here at the
Yes.
here's our
hour. Thank you guys for
see you
Yeah.
watching.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you
putting up
so
with
much.
us.
We
Yeah.
Have a
started with
great
Hopefully
Alex.
our
We
night.
next.
ended with Alex.
Yeah, hopefully our next one will have more people. It's been a busy week for a lot of us lah. Yeah,
Yes,
so hopefully
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the next episode will have everyone back. Yeah,
See you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for
yeah.
watching. Bye
See
bye.
See
you. Have a
you.
great
Have a good
Monday.
have a good
So
one. Yeah.